Alright. Time to go to the desert.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong.
Again, it's kind of interesting. I feel like Clive is really bad at keeping a low profile. I know I've joked about it a bunch so far, but like, you think a wanted criminal would be at least a little bit more stealthy about this sort of stuff.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas. They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream, before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
Interesting. This water's so pretty. Alright, we need to find a way out to the desert. I think we have to go out the front gate.
1,000 gil for a measly price.
I want to hear the way he pronounces that. I'm pretty sure it's Jizal. I guess he just won't repeat that line. Okay, well, I didn't hear it, so. Alright, let's go to the desert.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Do you think
It's been about a week since I last played, so I'm curious how my combat reflexes will be. Things have been very busy in my life lately, so it's been hard to steal time to do stuff. Even recording, even getting streams out and stuff has been kind of, not difficult, but just, I can only do it for shorter amounts of time than would be preferable in many cases. But it's okay. Oh wait, there is a way out. Then how the heck do I get over there? I couldn't figure out how to get to that bridge before. Where the heck is that? Did I just pass by it and not notice? I guess so. Yeah, it's over here. Okay. That's silly of me. Red Chocobos out here. Desert Chocobos. That's kind of cool. This area reminds me a lot of the starting area around Dalmasca in Final Fantasy XII. It's just like a big desert. There was a T-Rex that wandered around it. Final Fantasy XII was pretty interesting. I really enjoyed that game. And that is the game that this one kind of reminds me the most of so far. Not really aesthetically, but like in terms of the like political nature of the story and like how it's all like bit player intrigue. Like it shares a lot of that DNA with the Ivalice games. Sorry, Ivalice.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And, being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business.
You don't say.
Kill them both!
If only there was any way to tell our obvious ruse was a ruse the whole time.
Stay down!
You're too slow.
It's not over yet, Uncle!
Good! I'm just getting warmed up!
Oh crap, I keep using potions. I hate that it resets potion and wolf. I wish Torgal was just always his default. Like the fact that a combat maneuver is mapped to the same button as a limited resource is a pain.
To me, boy. Get him. This one.
Where the heck is he? He's way over there. Okay. I lost the plot for a second there.
Get him.
I'm playing Saki. Oh boy.
Over here. Farewell. It's over.
Alright, new enemies approach. Perfect. More people to test my skills on.
Get him.
Oh, damn it. Alright, that's the order of operations. Watch this.
It's over.
Yeah, and then you can do that. Alright.
This one.
Card shop, baby. Alright, interesting. 90 ability points, though. That's not bad. We'll be able to level up some stuff, which is nice.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly. Buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, don't.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Of all the... Ugh!
Imagine.
Here,
No.
wear this.
This is what I'm saying. They're just so bad at laying low. They're literally wanted fugitives. One of them who is thought to be dead. They just...
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
what a
Thank you,
fool.
Lubor.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Omia Lostelan. Tu Isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Nice. We have so much gil, now that I'm looking at that. Dang, and tons of renown as well. We need to go back and check that out sometime.
I've never even forged a button. Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I. Oh, wait. Are you Clive? Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luba's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right. I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Sometimes I see these side quests and I'm like, you know, you're telling me to ask people 5 feet away how they feel about a thing they asked you to make.
Trust Lubor to take
Like,
a simple test and turn it into
you
a
think
riddle.
that you would be able to just,
I better get to it.
you know, ask people things.
It would make a fine gift for your beloved.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
I mean, you'd think. It's not really high criteria.
Everything I've worked for, all those years of toil, every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
Are you all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you, go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
Okay.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way.
I wonder if there's like a
These
dragon there or
baths
something.
are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Alrighty. Interesting. Okay.
Sweet incense! Ha! They've opened the gate!
Lubor was true to his word.
Back to the Fang now, at least.
Where is the other... Where's the other townsperson? Where's the other part of this quest?
Plates and pots! Bowls and basins!
It's over here?
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
have to figure out where the butcher is, I think. Or maybe the first person we spoke. I thought she was a fishmonger. So I guess we have to find... I wish I had a mini-map, like, on screen. That'd be nice. To see where possible.
My carpets.
There we go. Oh, no. Quest destination nearby. Who am I to speak to? Oh, no.
Just look at the hanging lanterns. Keep it up.
Over here. Okay, cool.
What is it? I'm in no mood for chatter.
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Silver platters, made from the stoutest.
So we'll walk back here, turn this quest in, I guess.
Needed to a silken
and then leave for the desert to check out the Doznov terraces.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully.
You've had 2 conversations with him, and one of them was him making fun of you.
We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is gonna be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favorite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
He's gonna go off and get in trouble. Alright, which direction? Alright, yeah, let's go back this way first. Chocobo time.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Alright. I like the Chocobo animations in this game. They look really nice. It actually sells that like birds would be a believable mount. In all the other Final Fantasies, except maybe the Tactics War of the Lions cutscenes, like Chocobos just never seem like a really logical form of transport. But in this game, they're like beefy, they're strong looking, and it like makes them look more like beasts of burden.
Any luck? Or will you be needing help with your bags?
Well, I asked her, but... you tell him.
If you're looking to make a knife that will impress a master like Lubor, there are options. they're just not that viable. Featherlight adamantite knives will get passed from generation to generation, never needing so much as a lick of the whetstone. But adamantite ore is unique to ash, so doesn't come cheap.
And it's beyond my skill to handle.
Unique to ash. Are there any materials unique to Dalamil? Something which could be mixed with iron to refine it. Make it lighter.
What are you getting at?
You said that Lubor trained you to work iron. Then that's what he'll expect you to use. But he would have known that it would either be too heavy or too brittle for a carving knife. Perhaps his Dalamil remark wasn't a riddle, but a hint.
If it's cheap metal you're using, then there's always limestone, I suppose. Folk first settled Dalamil to get at her mineral deposits. And, if you know the trick, it can be melted down in the furnace to drive out impurities from low-quality iron.
Bloody hell! That must be it! I don't suppose you know the trick, do you?
It's hardly my speciality, but I've been around enough blacksmiths to know how it works.
Looks like I've got some learning to do. Clive, I hate to ask after all that you've done for me, but...
Limestone? Fine. I can hardly abandon you now. Besides, I want to know if this is the answer to Lubor's little riddle.
I do too.
I can't thank you enough, Clive. You'll have no trouble finding limestone over in the terraces. The place is bloody made of it.
Oh, perfect. That's exactly where we need to go anyway.
Back at the fort.
Right you are.
All right. Cool. All right, so we need to go to the Doznoff Terraces anyway. So let's go. See, look, doing that quest first paid off. Yeah. Order of operations, baby. Makes things a little bit easier for us. Make our way back there. And just head for the terraces.
That'll do, girl.
Is it true what I'm hearing?
The finest fabric!
It would make a fine...
Light, meat, and dark.
Alrighty.
Sweet incense! What
Let's buy some more potions and stuff because I accidentally used a bunch. Ooh, platinum sword. Not as good. Also not as good. Ooh, hunter's arm cloths are better. Can buy that, sure.
Here you are.
Lightning rod cooldown time by 5 seconds. That actually seems like it might be good. Because one of the issues with it is that it's so slow to recharge.
An excellent choice. My
There we
thanks.
go.
Thank you for
there.
your custom. We should get going soon. Do you have water?
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists.
How is that a secret?
Telmeki and Walud are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. My man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest.
This is how we get our dungeon.
I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Alright, that's fine. Let's go over here now.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs.
Oh yeah, bombs.
Shall
Bombs
we
in the
press on?
springs. Definitely gonna have to take those guys out. Question is, how do I get over there?
One rock looks a lot like another. But hopefully this is what Southern needs.
Come on, girl. The gate's open now. We can press.
So instead of, yeah, we'll take a right here.
What the hell are those things?
Bombs, dude. I like that the random NPCs like are engaged in and interact with the environment sometimes. Like any other game wouldn't have like a side quest like that be actually part of, like the NPCs wouldn't comment on it, but
Something awful's taken up residence in the springs. You'll turn back if you know what's good for you.
so yeah, like that's what I mean. Like that's kind of cool. These look like nice little hot springs. I'd take a bath here. I'd hang out. Take a little walk out of your town in the desert up until the springs. This isn't even that far away. This is like a 5-minute walk. Not bad at all.
By the flames. That
Bath
explains the heat.
bombs.
This one.
Sickle!
It's over.
Weird sound, bud. Okay. Okay. My timing's bad there. There we go. That was cool. Okay.
I'm hurt, Torgal. Over here! Torgal, kill!
These things being called bath bombs is acceptable. Yeah, parry.
This one.
Out of the frying pan. Not good.
Oh, hello. Old Faithful. Named after the geyser, of course. Coronation. The contrast makes it, or the saturation makes it a little bit difficult to read text sometimes. toxic, not ravage, because ravage in the air will knock them down, even though on the ground it launches them. There you go. That's fine.
Let's cool things down a bit.
Alright. Then we can just immediately teleport back, and we have both of our quests to turn in.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out.
Excellent.
I wasn't sure how much you'd need, but I hope this is enough.
You are one of the good ones, you know that.
You can't say that to people.
She's got quite a gift for teaching that one. Now, time to see if limestone is the secret weapon we were hoping for. That'll do, I reckon. A knife forged
like
from
a
the very
terrible
rocks of
knife.
Dalamil. Her spirit, if you will.
It's a fine-looking blade.
I only hope Master Lubor agrees.
That sounds like my cue. And just as well. I was getting tired of waiting.
I'm sorry, Forge Master Lubor.
Let's take a look then, shall we? First things first, Sava, do you think this is a carving knife worthy of the fine people of Dalamil?
I'd like to think so. But what do you think?
What do I think indeed? It's sharp-ish, but it won't last long with hard use. And it's heavy, heavier than it should be. You might not think it just to hold it for a moment, but sell that to a cook and you'll never hear the end of it. It looks like someone paid a visit to the terraces. The limestone was a step in the right direction, granted, but one that still leaves you short of the mark.
And I was so certain I had it all worked out.
I don't know who you found to teach you that little trick, but it certainly shows initiative. Next question. How much do you think I would charge if I'd made this?
Well, if it took you even a fraction of the time it took me, I would say you could demand a heavy purse.
And who would be able to pay that? The butcher? The hunter? The cooks over at the inn? Dalamil is home to humble traders, not wealthy lords and ladies. Rule number 1 in any business, Sava, know your customers.
Yes, Forge Master.
This is just about passable. But only just. I'd say you're worth keeping around a little longer.
I don't know about
Starting
that.
tomorrow, you'll have an anvil of your own.
I will. Thank you.
He basically just told us why we failed every part of the quest.
What would you do if you were asked to forge a carving knife?
I'd do what I always do. Ask who it's for. If it was for the butcher, I'd make sure it holds an edge. For the hunter, I'd make it as tough as Titan. For the cook, light as a feather. And for the nobleman, I'd make it cost an absolute fortune.
I mean, that's actually good advice, but what he's saying is just like...
Looks like congratulations are in order.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Here's all the ways you failed. It's okay, though. You passed.
The spirit of Dalamil had nothing to do with limestone or anything much at all. Meaning, I had you run around for no good reason.
Sure did, buddy.
You've passed your test. That's all that matters. You'll have a forge of your own in no time.
And when I do, I'll craft you the finest carving knife you have ever seen.
I mean, he is right, though, right? Like, you can't make something for everyone, and if you try to make something for everyone, you make something for no one. There is no way, I think, to be perfectly inclusive of every single person's needs. You know, like when making something like this, like there are mutually exclusive concerns. Lightness, durability, things like that, price. So it's like, it is good advice to be like, hey, you know, just like, you have to specialize at a point, and like, that's okay. You have to custom make for everyone.
I was hoping we'd be seeing you again. The baths grow more bearable by the moment. It won't be long now before we are back to business as usual.
I'm glad to hear it.
Now, tell me this. What did you find at the terraces? What threatened to make me a pauper?
Not what I expected, that's for certain.
You tell a fine story. That's not to say I don't believe you, though. Creatures made of flame, eh? That's something new to worry about. But I burdened you with my worries enough already. Here, a small something by way of thanks. Right. It's high time I got back to work. With a little luck, the day might yet be salvaged.
Breath of the Inferno. Ignition cool time down. That's pretty nice. And some scarletite, which we also need for some other crafting. Very good. Very lucrative for us. Not bad at all.